Welcome, Star Wars fans, to an episode of the Escape Pod. This is a podcast where we talk about Star Wars, and I'm your host, Mitchell Smith. And with me is the rebel rumbling Ron.
I do like to rumble with the rebels. My favorite, personally, is Biggs Darklighter. Rest in peace.
Dude, you fuck with Jack Porkins?
Dude, you know I do.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah. And that guy who agrees with the Jack Porkins is the Coruscant killer, Carl.
Ooh. Why do you do it?
Coruscant begins with a C.
It's the sound.
More of a Kashyyyk guy myself.
A Kashyyyk. Alright.
No, he's a
Kashyyyk, is that how you call it?
He makes it rain.
Alright, as you've seen from the title of this video, we're going to talk about how Disney has broken some very long-lasting Star Wars traditions.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
I mean, yeah.
You know, and if you think about it, it's
Well, I wanna
symbolic
sip this
because
beer real
the
quick.
Jedi were a very tradition-oriented organization. So as they have disappeared from the world, Disney has then stepped into that void to fill it with our new traditions, which are, of course, omitting some of the old ones.
That's true. I like how you combine the real world with the even more real world of Star Wars.
Oh, it's real.
So the first tradition I want us to talk about is the tradition of every movie. I'm trying to think of one in the original. Yeah, every movie has an arm or legs being cut off.
Yeah, it's very important.
Dismemberment. Yes. But I believe The Force Awakens has no limbs being cut off. And I don't know if maybe Rogue One does in Vader, but they started with the first movie, there was no limbs cut off. So they broke that tradition. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, you know, I'm always pro dismemberment in film. I think it makes scenes more visceral and exciting.
Yeah, I guess you can think that, but I don't think anything is lost by not losing an arm or a leg. I mean, you have big woundings in each movie. For example, Kylo gets hit with the crossbow, the Wookiee bolt.
Yeah.
I think that kind of serves
and
as,
cuts his face in half too.
Yeah, it serves as a very wounding moment for him. It's kind of like.
But wouldn't it have been cool?
Disarmed in a way.
Don't you think it would have been cool
like
if Rey or Kylo's arm got cut off, and now in the next movie they had a robot arm? Well, I think that'd be a great JJ, who loved to call back the original trilogy. I think that's one way he could have done that he kind of missed out.
I think it would have been too.
I don't think it would have added anything for me.
No, it would have been too much. You can't.
I didn't walk out of that movie going, I can't believe.
Well, personally, I took
he didn't lose his friggin' arm.
I took a half off my rating. It would have been 1/2 of a point higher if they had one arm.
You know what I did? Should we move on to the next one, or you guys have anything?
You know, I have such a big problem with this dismemberment thing, but I will. Yeah, we should move on.
All right. So one thing, like Carl said, one thing I did go out of Last Jedi thinking I can't believe they didn't do is have someone say, "I have a bad feeling about this." In the whole movie, no one physically says, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Doesn't somebody?
BB-8
Yeah.
technically does.
That's moot then.
No, I know, but it is.
BB-8 can pilot an AT-ST. It's a person.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I don't know. When do they say it in 7? Who says it in 7?
I think Han says it.
Someone's got to say it.
Yeah, someone does say it. I know they do.
I don't know. Another thing where it's
And K2SO says it in Rogue One.
Wouldn't miss it. I mean, it's just.
That got old for me in the prequels.
It's a toss back, and it just. It's fanboy fodder. I don't think it actually adds anything.
Yeah, see, I could have used with
the movie
more of this sort of thing. There's a lot of the stuff that I saw that
more of what
continued some of these traditions that I wish they would have.
So what traditions did they continue that you?
It's the whole
super weapon.
Yeah, you got your space laser. You know, you got the farm girl. A sand planet.
Ship. Yeah,
so maybe those things were more like little things, but this next point is a big thing that the Disney has broken the tradition of. No, Chewbacca isn't in episode 1 and 2, so stop. Disney has broken the tradition of crawl text. Rogue One came out with no crawl text. Every Star Wars movie had a crawl text up until Disney bought it. How do you guys feel about that? Because that's a big thing. That's not a small.
To be fair, I feel about Rogue One, but I don't.
But how do you feel about the crawl part?
I don't think anything was lost by not having one, and in fact, I think it was important that it didn't have one because it separates it from the trilogy.
And that was, I think, the reason they gave to why they did it.
Sure, and I agree too. I think this is one out of the first three so far. I think this is the best. I think they needed to break this tradition. Well, I heard a lot of people talking about.
Hey, remember the last movie that came out? Yeah, that's what's going on. Hey, have you seen the
I remember
movie?
people talking about this and being like, they have to have a crawl before Rogue One came out. I was I really hope they don't have a crawl because...
They don't really, because you know the setting.
Yeah.
You know what the story is about.
You know the ending, too.
Well, no other movies in, everything. What other movies in franchise of anything have crawls? Only Star Wars has crawls. So it's obviously
Road Warrior. Road Warrior.
You don't need to bring up shit that I don't know.
You don't know Road Warrior?
No.
That's one of the greatest films of all time.
Was that,
that's like Terminator 2, Terminator...
I haven't seen Terminator 2 either.
Alien level.
I haven't seen Terminator 2.
Oh my god.
That's the second Mad Max movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terminator 2 is not a Mad Max movie. Road Warrior is.
Oh, I was talking about Predator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was talking about Mel Gibson just as being a road warrior.
Lethal Weapon 2, got it.
He's
the
always
sequel,
on the road, always warrioring.
He does a fair amount of warrioring.
Yeah, you're welcome. New word.
Thank you.
That's true. That's true. All right. How about this? Another tradition that was broken. Every film had Tatooine in it, or at least mentioned. The one that had the least Tatooine was Empire, and Empire was actually had a big part of Tatooine because Empire was the first film to name Tatooine as Tatooine. New Hope never named it. So every film had, even the Clone Wars cartoon movie had Tatooine in it, if I'm not mistaken. So, so now this came out, and I think this might be another good one. But what do you guys think of this tradition broken?
To be fair, they did basically have the exact same thing as Tatooine.
That's true.
Jakku,
they just
it's the same thing. Don't try to dress
it's a little more Tatooine.
But it's good that they're exploring other areas of the universe.
Yeah, but think about the number of planets that are out there, right? A lot of them are just rocks with just rocks on them because they are in deep space. That's the whole point. Tatooine's in the middle of nowhere. It's Hickville in planet. Pretend that the galaxy is the United States. They're in the tip of Florida.
So are you trying to say that maybe they shouldn't have had Tatooine in all the movies?
No, they should have definitely done it. It shows how Luke is just dissociated from everything, and that's what drives his yearning to join and be part of something like the rebellion.
No, I mean maybe they didn't need Tatooine in every prequel movie, is what I'm saying.
They didn't need to do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. This didn't need to be a tradition.
Anakin didn't need to be from Tatooine for one thing.
I mean, insert this scenario into your head and tell me if it would have been any different in terms of end result. Shmi gets sold to someone else and is on a different planet with a different species holding her hostage. And Anakin comes back and kills all of them.
What?
I mean, didn't have to be on Tatooine, really.
That's true.
I mean, it shows,
Would he still have women and children to murder, too?
Sure. Whatever. I guess it just didn't really matter that it was on Tatooine. That's kind of moot. I mean, it was significant because it's where he came from, but I don't know. I think it'd be just as significant if he never went back, kind of a thing as well. So, yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it.
All right, are you okay with this? So this tradition was broken in Rogue One, and again broken in the episodes, which I didn't have in mind it. I really didn't want it in Rogue One, but in the episodes, we'll see what you guys think. No lightsaber on lightsaber duels. There is one moment where they hit lightsabers in a flashback, but there is no actual contact on contact lightsaber duel. And that tradition has been broken in every Star Wars film. What do you think?
You got to have that sound effect. When I go into a Star Wars movie in a theater, I'm going, honestly, I'm not going for the action. I'm not going for the comedy. I'm not going for the acting. I'm going for that sound effect game, baby. I'm closing my eyes on every space scene. I'm taking in the whoa, 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 whoa. I love the little sounds that they make. It's really cool. They'll record a refrigerator and then slow it down and combine it with some other crazy thing. It's awesome. But you know what they don't have in this movie? That lightsaber will crackle. I gotta have that crackle, Sometimes you just gotta have a little crackle. So, to me, but really though, I don't think that it's necessary to have lightsaber duels in these
Every
movies.
episode?
You can make movies in this universe that aren't centered around Jedi, but when you have Jedi in the movies,
you want to see them fight with lightsabers.
Yeah, I'm there to see some cool stuff, and that's part of it. They don't have to even do it on... I don't know.
But I would argue that Luke and Kylo's lightsaber duel, although they do not actually hit lightsabers, is one of the coolest duels. I would argue that. Maybe you guys wouldn't, but I think it is.
A lot of posing. Not even a duel.
There's a lot of posing going on.
Kylo's fighting nobody.
Yeah, but it's like a Yeah, but that's why it's cool.
I'm not debating that it's cool. I'm just debating whether
I'm here to talk about Disney.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's lame. I think it's one of the best opportunities for them to do cool shit with the action sequences, and I was kind of disappointed. I know a lot of people love the throne room scene, but sans Snoke being killed, that scene wouldn't be that great.
I think people like it because it looks cool. Because again, it's just a lot of people posing in like knight armor, which looks badass, and it is cool. But then, when they actually were fighting, it felt like you mentioned, kind of like they're in water.
Stilted.
And, I don't know. But, overall, that scene is underwhelming because of the expectations that you have going into it. And, yeah, I know the point of the scene is that, oh, look, haha, you thought this was going to happen, but it's not. Gotcha again, which is interesting. But the way that it could have gone, to me, was way cooler than what happened, and that's also part of the problem with these movies is people have expectations, and that's tough to deal with, especially when there's a lot of people.
That's true.
So overall, what do you guys think about how Disney has treated Star Wars so far since it's had it?
Not taking enough risks for me. I
really?
want something that has
Last Jedi had so many risks.
The whole thing, the problem. Okay, so.
But they added things that annoyed him, like an ATS.
No, but those were risks.
There was nothing risky about that movie.
Of course it was. The lightsaber throw over the shoulder is a big risk.
I don't think so. I don't think that was.
Lots of people hated it. Clearly, by the reaction,
just because
it shows
people
that it was
didn't like
a big
it
risk.
doesn't mean that it was a risk when they were making it. A risk would have been something like.
What kind of risk you want?
Killing Luke in the first scene,
or like killing Snoke,
no,
or saying Rey's parents are nobody. Those are all risks, dude. Those are big risks.
Look,
right?
I don't give a shit about that. So look, okay. So here's what I would like to see from Disney, which is something that is original, that has something new to explore in this giant universe. That's not just the same things that we've done over and over and over and over.
Oh, I know. You're talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi
same bullshit movie. Over and over and over and over. That's what I get sick of is, here's the AT-ATs again. Really? Again? I mean, do you remember? Hey, look.
Yeah, I didn't like
this again.
The one thing I didn't like in Force Awakens is there was literally no new ship designs. And I think that's another tradition that Disney broke, was every Star Wars movie had some new ship or some new vehicle that you're like, oh, wow, like the Naboo cruiser, that
Did you
silver
see that
ship.
The X-Wings are black now, though?
Yeah, that's cool. My point. Like Force or Last Jedi, excuse the dog barking, but the Last Jedi. I
think it's a Tusken Raider.
The Last Jedi had a few cool new ships like the bomber and some other stuff. Was kind of cool, but the tradition was to have cool ships in every movie. You always felt like you'd see a cool, like Count Dooku's ship in Attack of the Clones,
or cool. A-wings in Return of the Jedi. Oh, yeah. Sweet! There's another sweet little ship.
Jedi fighters.
Slave One.
They're actually called B-Wings, but...
B-Wings are cool. No, there's B-Wings and A-Wings.
Oh, wait. B-Wing is the one that's actually shaped like a T.
So, Carl, what did you think?
Yeah, the one that flies on the side.
Disney?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Why would you call that the T-Wing?
That's a B-Wing.
I know, but why wouldn't you
call it? No, it's a little lowercase b.
Everything else
with
is
a little bit above
after how it's shaped, except for that one.
Well, maybe it originally looked like a B.
How is that shaped like a B?
It's from the side.
Answer me that.
If you look at it from an angle.
So what do you think? Oh no, Kyle, really quickly, what's your overall thoughts on Disney for Star Wars?
I gotta give some shout outs to the things that they cut from the canon. Revan is no longer canon. I mean, I mention it almost every podcast.
That's bullshit, yeah. Revan's
the entire
best.
Old Republic,
that is
the entire history. I mean, pretty soon they're gonna change Han's backstory, and it's just, I don't know. We'll find out what.
So you're on the fence still.
I'm kind of on the fence. I think.
But I feel like you are excited that you're getting more Star Wars.
Most of the quote-unquote traditions that they're breaking, I'm fine with it. I think I agree with Ron. I'd like to see something new. Something creative and something new that they came up with on their own. Mm-hmm. I thought the doppelganger thing was kind of getting towards that.
Yeah, that was neat.
I think
the Luke on crate thing.
Take that and run with it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
cool. All right.
They had some cool new characters too, like Del Toro. Guillermo, you know, that was sweet.
The stuttering guy. Great.
Had some pretty lame ones too. Like
Rose.
Maz Kanata's cool. Like her.
She is cool. She got those glasses.
Could have been used better in Last Jedi. Anyways, we should probably stop talking because we need to escape.
They're gonna blow up. Yeah,
we're about to blow up.
We're cutting like close on.
Yeah, we're cutting it close. Yeah.
Hey guys, the button's stuck. Should I just lean into it?
Oh no, we really gotta get out of here. Let's go.
Okay, no, just use.